it didn't worth my mental, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, bye, bitch.
It didn't worth my mental.
It wasn't worth.
Record.
Oh my God.
That's where we're going to start the episode with. What's up, people? What's happening?
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to the Shrine Podcast.
Welcome.
The show where we...
A show?
The safe...
A motherfucking show?
Oh, God. It's a show, man. Like, I don't know. If you go on Spotify, it says podcasts and shows. So,
okay, cool.
You
All
know,
right, cool. Go on.
This is the podcast where we try to create a safe space to talk about music, pop culture, technology, and lifestyle.
Yeah.
And basically, what we do here is just, bounce with a little hint.
She'll get.
Just a little dash of serious noise.
Feel me.
More feed very much. It's touching my soul.
Welcome, guys. My name is Jemima.
And my name is Akindare.
Sorry, I kind of spoke all over you. Like, I didn't respect the muted mic. Sorry.
It's cool. You do usually mad sometimes, so.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
It's all right.
Welcome, guys.
Welcome. What's on the menu today?
Today, let me see. What are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about,
week 2 of our comeback. Hey, week 2 of your Akpada.
We're going to be talking about, it's like 2 in 1. It's kind of like, to BBN or not to BBN. That's like one aspect of it. And then, how far will you go to protect your sanity? That's like the second part. But they're kind of like together, right? So, yeah, however angle you try to listen from or pick it from, yeah.
Wonderful. Before we get into it, how are you doing? You're recording on a sort of cloudy Sunday afternoon in Lagos.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm good. It rained the earlier parts of the morning, so that was cool. The weather was nice.
She smelled good. She smelled good. Don't
TMI. But yeah, it was a very nice weather. I feel good. I feel great. Although my week, oh my God, let's just thank God that I made it through the week. It was so stressful, but yeah. Big things are coming up. So, when big things are coming up, stress is like going to go higher, like skyrocket. But yeah, essentially, I'm good. I'm great. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm a little bit tipsy.
What?
So let me just put that out there before we continue, because nobody's gonna blame me for whatever happens in this episode. Okay? But I'm good. I'm all right. Like you, I also had a really stressful week. It was hella crazy, bruh. Like you said, when big things are coming up, shit just gets busy at work. So
yeah,
it was a very busy work week, but it's been a more relaxing, less stressful weekend. Unfortunately, unlike you, I was not snuggling.
Sorry to you.
So
wahala for no snuggle.
It's a goddamn pot of beans. This life no balance.
Yeah, pot of beans.
But yeah, I'm good. I'm all right.
Cool.
Good.
So you're able to tick all your tasks for the week.
This guy, I was a fucking machine.
Oh shit!
Like, it was like my life depended on this shit.
Now you walk past.
Like, I was hauling ass. Like, even like at one point my boss was like, "Okay, it seems like you're onto something this week." I'm like, I don't know where this pressure is coming from.
But yeah, you're going to go and take some, enhancing, work enhancing medication that just allow you fire down.
Because she's like, what the hell is going on with your lazy ass? You don't work this hard. I'm just kidding. I work fucking hard. I work hard as hell.
Like a fucking jockey. Me, I work like a jockey.
But yeah, that was one thing that really closed out the week good for me.
Yeah.
I was able to tick off all my tasks and make sure that everything was done by close of business on Friday. So, rah.
Great. That's interesting. I think that's like a good, point to kind of go into the how far would you go to protect your sanity, because sometimes for me now with work, right, I kind of like tend to take too much on. But I try to make a conscious effort to just allow myself breathe, right? And just be sane and not allow myself get too overwhelmed, right? And I mean, sometimes obviously I'm human, so I fail even though I don't want to. But
That's
yeah,
normal.
I fail. But it's just something that actively rings in my mind, that rings in my head, and I try to like live out. Like I would try to do this kind of thing to protect my space or protect my sanity in this way, shape, or form. I'm talking about the work angle now. Essentially, how is it for you? Like, how far would you go to protect your sanity? Like,
The
just
funny thing is,
generally.
I used to be like that before. I used to think you just describe your work and like take on too much stuff. But when I was interviewing and stuff on this for my current gig, I had to get references. I be recommendations. I be references. One of them, one of the people that filled the recommendations was a very close friend of mine, and in it, like in that recommendation or reference thing, there was a part where they had to say like what they think are my biggest flaws or issues, right? And in there, and this person, I really trust their opinion, and like I really rate their opinion so much just because of who they are and how they are to me. And in there, because I obviously did not see the thing when he sent it to the recruiters, but just later I just went to ask, because I saw the question in the thing in the referee, like part of what they had to fill. I thought it was a very interesting question, and I was so curious. Like, I'd like to know what other people
would
think
say
are my flaws compared to what I think are my flaws, right? And in there, he had wrote that like sometimes because my mind tends to run wild and stuff, like I tend to take on much more than I can handle, right? With this new gig, that's something I've been learning a lot, which is just basically try your best to not take on more than you can handle.
Yeah.
But in terms of how far I would go to protect my sanity, right now, I'm pretty fucking far.
Pretty far.
Pretty fucking far.
Do you have like a story, like an instance where you had to like protect your sanity and you took that route? You're like, yeah, whatever. Like, even though you had to lose something that some people might say, yeah, you're losing something great, but you know that you had to protect your sanity. Do you have something like that, like an experience like that?
I mean, there are many examples. I can give two.
Okay.
So one is just cutting people off. Like, there's been times in my life where
Oh shit, scissors.
what the fuck?
Cut them
Why
off.
are you like
Cut it.
this? God
Cut
damn
it.
it.
Cut it.
I was in a very serious moment right there. I'm pointing out my heart and this shit, and you're just
I'm so sorry.
what the hell?
I'm so sorry.
It's cool. It's cool. But yeah, like there've been times in my life where maybe like I found out that someone like maybe is an abuser, maybe like physically or emotionally, and I might not necessarily be the person that you're abusing. I might not even know the person that you're abusing, but like I'll just be like, this energy, and like if I try to talk to them about it and stuff, and it seems like, well, if I cooperate,
They're not getting it.
I'm just like, yeah, just stay outside my zone, outside my bubble. I go to great lengths to make sure that people around me feel safe and comfortable, and so I'm also willing to go to great lengths to protect that and prevent people that don't want to have sense from disrupting that, right? So generally, all those kind of things, like if I like somebody rapes somebody, all those kind of things, like I don't even waste time. I'm just like, yeah, bye nigga,
Bye bitch,
or bye bitch, whatever the case may be. And then the second thing is actually quite recent, not recent like last week, but like last year. I think last episode we were talking about. I mentioned last episode that I had around this time last year I quit my job.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
And we are still going to do the episode just on job things, right? And Nigerian employers and shit. But it was, bro. It was like when you start out your career, right? And you're still hustling. You're hungry and stuff. You're ambitious, right? So
you're desperate.
You not necessarily even desperation, but like when you start out your career, it's like you're starting at the ground floor, right? And on the factory floor, right? So it makes sense that you get to do a lot of work, or there's just a lot of work that you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Or like whatever difficulties that comes with it, it's you can kind of
You can take
understand,
it,
like,
yeah.
right? But like when you're at a different point and you're supposed to be like a C-level type, well, maybe not C-level, but like
Right.
maybe reporting to a C-level type role, and like, but like the grind, the hustle is like when you just started, like it's
Like
still like it's like
internship.
factory floor type thing, like that don't make sense,
Yeah.
right? And then just the welfare of where I was at the time, it just did not make any sense, and it was affecting my mental so much because, like, bro, you just see message from your boss, I am on my job, like, what's happen?
What's it called? Heart palpitation.
You be getting palpitations and shit, you know. And I'm just like, but like, what really made me quit that gig
Yeah.
was the constant effort that was made to like belittle my skills and my talents and what I could do. Right? It was every time like, you're not that great at right, or you're not that good at this, or your ideas are not that creative or whatever. And I'm not saying that like I'm some fucking genius or anything, but I know my shit.
You know your shit.
That is just a fact. Like, you know, go online, Google me. Google me, bitch. You know? Google me, bitch.
Let's get it. Google.
You know, like,
Wow. Oh my
tried,
God. I
tested,
can't say Google
you know,
me.
trusted
Jesus.
across various
Muting my
multiple
mic
industries. You know, so it's this ain't no game. Like, I've
This ain't no
put
game.
actual fucking skin in this shit, and then you know, come and be telling me that
Talk your
I'm
shit.
this, I'm that, I'm that, and the reason why things are falling through the cracks was because obviously, you know, the
Wait. The
organization.
system was not working, right? Or there was no
Yes.
system in place.
Yeah,
Color
it
me
was just
surprised.
like everything was just so random and just all over the place and shit. So,
Nothing new there.
you know, so like that, and that was the first time that I would ever do anything like that. Like, if I'm quitting my job, I already secured another job. Like, in this economy, in this very economy, I'm not going to play myself like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
shut the hell up. I'm gonna jump out once in a while. My American film gone.
Manifest. It manifested. Okay. Forget.
It's the asset choke.
It's choke.
You go feel breathe.
Or restrict airflow.
You get. But like, this was the first time I was ever doing anything like this, right? So it was just like, it was crazy. Like, I was so
Was it
scared.
scary? Oh yeah. Okay.
It was scary as hell. I talked to so many people. I kept questioning the decision. Like, am I making the right?
Did you
choice?
feel like a
Right
fraud though? Like, you know, you had mentioned that, like, you know, some of the things that they do is like they make you feel like, oh, the work you were not doing. But even though you know your shit, like, did you feel kind of like a fraud? Like, oh my God, maybe I don't really know my shit. Did that come to
You know, the way they try to make me feel inferior is also the same. Like, not them by themselves also make me feel superior because, like, there was like somebody will send me an example,
Right.
And I'd be like, oh, this is the kind of thing you should be doing.
Okay.
But like, I've done shit like that before, right? And I know the kind of work that goes into that kind of
doing
stuff.
that.
So to me, it's like, if you are not seeing delta between how we can create this thing that you're saying is the example,
Right.
and what is actually being created, like, if you can't see
The
like
reality.
the reality that like your systems and how you run the thing, your processes, all that shit is what is not making that great product you are sending me to materialize. If you
Right.
can't see that, then obviously I have more sense than you because I can see the shit. Do you get, like, I can see the shit, but you can't.
But you can't see.
Do you
Why
get what I
can't
mean?
you
So-
say? Are you blind?
So on one hand, you know, I had those moments where I felt like I felt like maybe I don't actually really know what I'm talking about, and I'm just feeling like all proud and shit, right? But then, you know, through those experiences, when they are like, oh, this is what you should be doing, or this is what you should be doing, or you should do things like this or things like this, right?
Yeah.
And because of my experience, I know that, oh, this XYZ goes into creating this thing, and you don't have XYZ. So if you're asking me to create that thing without XYZ, and you're not willing to help me provide or create XYZ, then that's out of my hands.
Yeah.
Right? That has nothing to do with my skill or my talent or creativity or anything.
Of
That's
course.
just your shit. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the toughest moments of my life, and
Oh,
then the
sorry.
panini was just starting too, so it was like, I was like, oh,
Yeah, like, and when the year is just starting, too many things like expenses, like a
bro,
lot of shit are
that's
just
when I
going
tell
on,
you that
right?
that was one of the bravest decisions I ever made.
I
in
can't
my
imagine.
life, bro. At the beginning of a pandemic, I quit my job. Hey,
It
I never
couldn't
tell
be
my
me,
mother
oh.
because she figure hypertension. She fit just collapse.
See, I think you're a better person than me, because I feel like on some level I've been in that situation, maybe some way, shape, or form, or whatever with work, and like I just still stayed because I don't know, I like Sophia too much or whatever. But that was so brave of you. Well done.
It was so risky, but
Well
like
done.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just,
that's literally the like that. That's a literal take a risk. Like that's a literal example of when
But
you
you-
say take
but
a
you know the
risk.
interesting
Because it's
thing?
like usually when people want to quit a job, it's like don't quit a job until you have another one you're going to. But in this case, you didn't have another job you're going to, right? So it was like you still quit regardless. That's so super brave.
I mean, it was brave, but at the same time, it was also just like my back was also against the wall. It was either stay in the job and lose my fucking mind or leave.
So you had to just
So it was just like
protect it, yeah.
to me at the time, it was like I mean, now looking back, it was like, oh, brave and like, courageous and all those things. But at the time, to me, it was like I was picking one of the lesser evils. Like, to me, it was not an overall like great decision. It was
Right.
just, I'm in this position. I have to protect my mental. I have to protect my sanity. So I have to get out of this situation because I have been in situations like that before where I was working in toxic environments and I know what that did to me. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to repeat this cycle again. I think I was there for like maybe 6 months or like 8 months or something. And I was just
You
like,
did
yeah,
the whole get out.
I'm done. I can't. No, this is not like, I still feel like sometimes I just call some of my former colleagues there and just be like, how are you doing? Hope you're okay. Just send them a good word or two, because I know that like they must be going through it, honestly.
Going through hell.
So yeah, those that's how far, like those two examples are kind of like
how far you go.
Yeah, like
That's
how far I've gone in
how
real
far
life.
you've gone.
Maybe we're not going to things say whether
I think another one with mine is going to be like maybe, well, not work now, relationship, right? So some few years ago I had a friend, like we're just like we're friends, right? That is a guy. So we're friends, we're just chilling, we'll do like a lot of things, go to the bar, drink up, do stuff and all of that, right? Then like drinking stuff.
drinking phrasing.
Stuff.
I had
And
do
all
stuff.
of that, right? But along the line, somebody caught feelings. It wasn't me, Shao. Somebody caught feelings.
She
and
said
like,
somebody.
and like,
I mean, you're talking about you and somebody else, but you're like somebody.
somebody, but
Like
not me, Sha.
anybody.
Not me, Sha.
love it.
Caught feelings and like, it's like, oh, let's start this thing. Let's, get into this. Mind you, like the friendship and everything was good. And I used to be I am a kind of person that I don't really like, all those labels and stuff and like, let's do this. At the point, say, if he started introducing me as his girlfriend, no, we're just like, just chilling and all.
Wow.
Anyway, so it's like, let's get into this thing, let's do this thing. And I'm like, this thing want to do, it's a different ball game when you're friends. It's a different ball game when it's like a relationship, right? For me, relationships are a big deal. I want you to know who I am, what I'm about, what I stand for. I want to know who you are, all of that. Like I need to be like into it. I need to understand your mindset, and I need you to also get me, right? So
Thank God
like,
people are hearing now before you send Jemima DM.
please dear. So I'm like, I don't know. It's cool. We vibe, right? We're friends. We do all of these things. Do we really want to get into a relationship and like put that girlfriend, boyfriend, you're mine, I'm yours kind of bullshit? And it's like, yeah, why are you being a person? Let's try. Let's do. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's not be as if. What could have been, and I got into it, and like, it was good for the first maybe 2-3 months. We were together for like 3-4 months, right? So for the first 2 months it was good, and like the third month something major happened, and I just couldn't get past the fact that like the thing that happened affected me mentally, right? And I couldn't move past it based off of how it was handled by him, right? Because if we were friends, I would have probably let it slide. like, we're just friends, and like, there are a lot of expectations, or there are certain level of expectations, right, that you demand from your friends or that you get from your friends. Obviously, you shouldn't be having expectations, but you just know that by virtue of the relationship you have, which is supposed to be symbiotic,
There are some
right?
things you can count on.
Exactly. There are some things you can count on, that, oh, this person will come through for me in this way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah.
And, that happened when we're dating, and it didn't come through for me. And it wasn't like I just like, oh, yeah, you didn't come through for me and that's it. I tried to have a conversation to say, okay, so this thing happened and this is how you handled it. And I don't feel like you handled it the way I expected you to handle it. Fine, you're not me, I'm not you, but you need to understand, like, this thing is so grave, so important to me, and this is how you handled it. And like, this nigga was just, he just didn't get a point. He just took it like I was just, yarning dust and whatever. So my mental health and my sanity was at stake. So I ended it. So I like, it was so wild because it couldn't believe it that, to him it was like, oh yeah, why are you ending this thing, over whatever. But it was so important to me, and if you cannot get the fact that it's important to me and it affects me in this way, then I don't think that we need to be together. And I don't think that you deserve, whatever love or care I'm going to give to you, because you're simply not getting it. My sanity is at stake and I'm out the fucking door. So,
shit.
God
damn.
I mean, like, I will go to...
I am literally picturing you with cutlass on your forehead right now.
You don't have sense.
Cut anything.
Anyways, but like the thing is, I didn't cut him off. I just cut the relationship off, right? Like that part that affected me, and then we didn't, obviously I needed to heal and stuff, and like we didn't talk for a while, whatever, and like we got back to that space. Probably because we were friends before, like I mentioned initially, right? But the fact that like that singular thing happened and it affected my sanity, and I was able to take that step and remove myself. Even though I won't lie, it hurt a little bit because it was just like, oh, this is somebody that, okay, let me see, I'm trying to, start this thing with this person. But yeah, it just wasn't worth it, and it didn't worth my mental, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, bye, bitch.
It didn't worth my mental.
It wasn't worth.
Record.
Oh my God.
That's what we're going to start the episode with.
It wasn't worth my...
That is the sound bite for the beginning of the episode.
Worth my mental.
It didn't worth, right? It didn't worth your ment. It didn't what your meant.
Exactly, you know what my meant. So,
I fucking love
fuck
it.
Fuck you. So,
I think we're just going to speed past that shit. Like, I come back here.
Oh my God. So, I took that step, and like, yeah, I protected my mental health.
But there was something interesting that you said that stuck out to me. You said that when the thing that happened, like if you guys had been friends, you might have sort of overlooked the way he handled it. Why?
Because, like I said, there's certain people that you expect because of the level of relationship you have. I'm sure you have friends that like you can call if you are in panty, like
panty
make the point stick. And then there are some people that if you are stranded, or like if something happens, or if you need somebody to follow you, maybe to see your mom, for instance, there's some people you will call, right? And there's some people that if you call them, right, that it's not this kind of person that you would call, but you just call them and they didn't answer you, or they gave you like a response that you didn't want. You won't particularly be vexed, because in some way, shape, or form, you already understood that you know what, it's fine. If you know take him like that, let me just throw it to him, and like let me just say if he's going to. That's what I mean. Like, if it was just like a friendship or whatever, but I've built some level of emotional currency with you in this way, shape, or form, and that wasn't coming through when it needed to be spent. I can't move past that. So yeah, that's what I mean.
I hear that, but maybe that makes you a better person than me. Cause
wait, what happened? Why? You think I was a better person? I thought you were saying you were thinking I was even if we were friends,
something. If I were in your shoes,
like you wouldn't have taken it.
From what you're saying, like it sounds like what happened was really like, really deep and hurtful. Like
yeah, it was.
It
hurtful.
sounds like it touched your soul. Like this pain affected you. Like you were talking about like protect your mental and this and that.
Yeah,
like,
it did affect me.
That is deep, right? So I'm saying you're a better person because. To me, even if this person was just my friend, right?
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't.
that wouldn't absolve them of the blame, right?
Absolutely not.
Fair enough.
Like, I am cutting you off whether we are friends. I don't care what we've built,
All
whatever.
right,
Like,
that.
if it's something that is that deep, fuck you.
Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, that's because I'm just super like me. I have this tendency to go and be carrying people's problem on my head. Sometimes subconsciously, like I would have carried the thing for like 8 months before I realized shit. I've been carrying this person's body since, you know. So like I have to be me with the shit, man. I can't like lose guard anyhow. If I know what's happening, I'm down some rabbit hole. Do you get? So me, I'm very.
I can get that.
Maybe that's why I don't have a lot of friends, but it's what it is.
Well, I don't have a lot of friends too. I mean, I do have a lot of like acquaintances and people who, I went to school, I met them at this place, I met them at this
some
place.
people are wondering right now. They're like, "She me like acquaintance or be friend? She more close, I be more close."
Shut the hell up! But there are people who like they're like
You guys should think about it.
they're friends who
All of you that you know,
obviously-
Jemima,
God,
think
this
about your place right
Producer,
now.
please, can you remove this guy's
Are you an
voice
acquaintance
away
or
from
are you
my
a friend?
talk? Anyways, like you know, I have acquaintances and I have friends. Like I just have people who I expect, this level of whatever from. Like,
Imagine Jemima saves your name on her phone as Toby acquaintance.
nah, I won't do that. I usually save people's name with their surname. What's your problem? Do you want? If my phone starts to ring or if people start to
Shade
DM me,
acquaintance.
I will just DM them your number so that they can be calling you and routing the questions.
What are you saying, Jerry? That acquaintance slash friend
don't
thing,
say- oh my
man,
God.
is sending me. Because I say all your people that everybody's looking at their phone. Like, what do I even save this babe's number? Let me go and check our chat. When last did we talk? 1 month ago, maybe I'll be acquaintance. True.
You people should not mind this guy. It doesn't matter the amount of time, longevity.
Another one. Longevity. I'm screaming.
Oh my god.
Hey, Mole. English is hard, bro.
It's not my mother tongue now.
Jesus.
Anyways, the length of time, right, that it takes the relationship to build doesn't have any bearing.
Actually, you know what?
Hello. The most important thing is that are you true to me? Am I true to you? Are we loyal to each other? Do we get each other like? Do you get? So it doesn't matter if I've known you 10 years or I've known you a month ago. So don't
You might
mind
be
this
an
idiot.
acquaintance. 10 years
You
or
might.
not. 10 years of me going to acquaintance. This guy is not telling
Oh
you
my
that
God.
it's our chemistry, the bond we have, or more.
10 years a slave. Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah, so-
but
anyways,
Jemima, you know what? You should
what?
try pronounce that word again. The one that did not work the first time. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot for the fans. Do it for the culture.
Is it longevity? I don't know now. I have.
Whoever
wait,
knows
there should be a
how to pronounce this word, please just record
Wait.
it, do a
Hold
voice
on,
note
hello.
and email it to us.
You know that there
please.
should be there should be a
On Twitter.
I'm sure there's a medical term for it, like for people who have issues with pronunciation. I really have issues with pronunciation.
Ha! This is that you don't have on yourself.
Oh my god.
We gave you 2 shots.
Oh my god.
2 tries.
Back to the discussion. Yeah. So yeah, that's how far I will go to protect my sanity.
Oh
So,
yeah, okay. As in moving on in the podcast.
Oh, okay.
You think
Okay,
everybody that cannot pronounce things like
Shut
you.
the fuck up, okay? Anyway, so the second part of it, which I said, earlier when we started, was like to BBN or not. That is the
Honestly,
question.
I'm thinking about
Oh my
it.
god, Shakespeare, to be or not to be, that's the question. So to BBN or not, that's the question. Honestly, what?
I don't know the purpose of that Shakespeare reference, but
I'm just saying that,
okay.
like, because it's like to be or not to be, like to
Okay.
BBM or not to.
Like based on say you be a rapper
Fuck.
or poet or is this
Can't you
spoken
just-
word? Which one?
anyways, Ah, god. I'm muting my mic now.
Oh my god, you guys, man. This is lit. This is lit.
Anyways,
damn. We should
yeah,
always drink,
so-
like we should be tipsy before we start any
Guy.
episode, honestly. Like
But we're always tipsy now. We always drink
You are
wine.
Titani. You are that level, you're always tipsy.
No,
Eh?
I mean, but no, the way you said it was like we're always like kind of sober, but we always drink. Don't give people the wrong
It's not me
impression.
and you that drink.
We
please.
always drink wine.
Listen, I once in a while, in my tea. I don't really smoke. I don't do bad things. Okay.
Fun fact, you know, like every year when after BBN started, like first season was in 2000 and what now 7 or whatever, and then whatever. So my friends will usually say, "Oh, Jemima, it's time now. Like, oh yeah, go for BBN now. Oh yeah, go for BBN now. It's time. But like I don't know what they see in me, or they're just like, oh yeah, it's time for you to go. Me, I'm like.
I mean, I feel like they feel like you're BBM material.
I'm BBN material. Oh, first season was in 2006. Yeah, like
I
I'm
feel like
BBN
you're
material.
BBM material.
Am I?
I don't know.
You know me now on some level. Do you think I am?
I mean,
Would you be part of the people that would say, would you vote for me? Wait, let's start from, do you watch BBN? I'm sorry, like, let's start from the very beginning. Do you watch BBN?
at this point, I think BBN watches me because that shit
God.
follows me everywhere. No matter how hard I try to run, Sasha, it will find its way to me or to my timeline or to my inbox or to Shisha. Do my one Misha. Somehow. If you at some point, it found me to work.
It found you to where?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was writing like 10
But what, you don't really
things
care
and
for?
chill.
You don't care for it?
Yeah, I'm not really into that kind of reality TV. To be honest, from a Nigerian standpoint, I just don't see the point. Right? Admittedly, some very interesting characters have emerged. But there's just so many things around the whole thing that I don't necessarily understand. And so I just feel like there are better things I could do with that brain space. No offense to all the people that love it, or, hey,
I'm taking offense.
fan
because
love
I love
away.
it.
I know. That's
Fan
why
love.
I'm,
Fan love out
away.
here. We pin.
Jesus
We full
Christ.
ground.
So I don't this conversation is basically like is mostly on you leaning to your side because
It's mostly leaning to my
yeah,
side.
the
I mean.
BBN fanatic.
I think that you know BBN. Well, obviously, like there was Big Brother Africa. Like I think that one was like the main one that a lot of people watched because it was just Africans, right, from different countries. They come together, whatever, to the stuff.
people watch BB Naija from all over the
I was saying that
continent.
like before, like earlier now,
Yeah.
like earlier in the year, right, in the early years or whatever. Then BB Naija started like in 2006, and it was like only that first season till like there was no BB Naija. So that BB during that time it was just BB Africa that people were going to. So it was like they were looking for the best of the best in Nigeria to represent Nigeria and Big Brother Africa. Anyway, so BB Naija came back in 2017, and like that brought like a lot of people coming together again to kind of like watch Nigerians, really, right? Because then it was just like different kind of Africa. It was interesting too then, but I feel like this
It
one
was.
just it was. And I think that, well, I don't even think I used to watch it. They were like a lot more. Obviously, you don't really like Big Brother Niger, Big Brother whatever,
first,
the reality
you
show.
should
But
have started off like, what is Big Brother? What is BBN?
oh, BBN is Big Brother Niger. It's a reality TV show where they put different, like, I think over maybe 20, sometimes 21, 18, it depends, it varies, where they put these contestants together in a room or in a house, really, and they have to compete for like 3 months. They will be there, and they'll evict people, or pairs, or
So what is
individuals,
the-
or 2 people on a weekly basis. So they get to play games. So it's supposed to be a reality show, right? So
but
you're
what-
supposed
what-
to show your whatever, like your true self, your reality, who you are, make friends with these people. But you are all in this place where you don't have access to phones, you don't have access to the internet, you are forced to interact with yourselves.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so like after we have done all of that, like what?
And
What
there's
is
money
the-
to be won now, like for whoever it is that emerges.
So
Like
as-
so, as they're doing it, like obviously there are viewers like us who are watching it, voting for our favorite. They'll say, oh, this person is on probation, or like they nominated this person for eviction for the coming week. So they now have to make us vote for our favorites who we want to stay in the house.
So as a consumer, right? Like, so as a fan, right? Like, what's the upside for me? What am I getting out of this?
I mean, see me
Out of this reality, be yourself.
I can't speak for
Mingle
other
with people by
I feel like
force.
I feel like some people try to overdo it or whatever. I'm sure you have like a few fan, whatever, your football, whoever it is that you love, right? You have a few people that you love, they're just cool or whatever. So it's the same thing with this reality, but some people take it overboard where it's just like they just add stupidity into the whole thing. Do you get? Like me, for instance, like the 2019 edition, right?
Yes, you're standing CC.
No,
was
no.
that the one you're standing CC?
The CC was 2018.
Whichever year you were standing CC was absolutely just
No, is it
torture.
CC or Thatcher?
Because, I mean, you supported CC and Thatcher, which
both
says
of
a
them
lot
now.
about your taste in human beings and your acquaintances. Take notes.
That season where it was like Thatcher and everything, and like just how she handled oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Why did I mention Thatcher in that season? I wanted to say something. What was I talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god,
you were about to talk about one particular season.
Yeah, but there was a reason why I wanted to link that
I don't know
season.
if it was Thatcher that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, it's Thatcher I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember what I wanted to say.
I was asking you what you got out of it. What do I get out as a fan?
Okay, cool. So, so I can't speak for other people. I'll speak for myself. So that season, 2019, where Thatcher was in the season, right? Obviously there were behaviors that she was exhibiting that were like just irritating, and I would not hesitate to call her out on that, like on Twitter, like on my Twitter. I'm like, why is this babe being a bitch? Why is this person being stupid? Why is she doing X and X? But like on the other divide, there are people who will come and attack me for tweeting that, and they're also fans, and they're like, oh no, she can't do no wrong, she can't do no whatever, like that's how she's supposed to handle it. Does that make sense? It's just like on some level I see why, there are these things like in our relation, in our experiences, or our behavior or whatever that she's exhibiting. She's not come and stand and say, oh, well done, like clap and say, that was a nice one, that was how to handle it. Like I'll be like, why would you do that kind of a thing? But like the fan love, the stand culture or whatever, like it's like they see no wrong, and like then they don't hesitate to just bring the mental sanity whatever into the conversation at any given time. Like, oh, this person is, do you know what people have to go through to really like get out of a situation where they have to protect their sanity, and they're just throwing the word around, like stuff like that. But so that's where I'm coming from.
It's not about like whether the contestants are human or not. It's as a fan, it sounds to me like you are saying I should be a fan just for being a fan's sake, because you said something about
why are you a fan?
Hang on a second. Or why am I a fan of? Let's say Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, why are you a fan of Lewis Hamilton? Are you going to buy a car, go-kart, whatever? But there's association, right?
I'm a fan of him because of his talent and what he's been able to achieve.
Okay.
I don't think by definition, majority of people are fans just for the sake of being fans, right? Even when you look at football fans, when you look at the Ronaldo versus Messi people, like this person believes that the Messi people believe Messi is the most talented, most The Ronaldo people believe Ronaldo is the most talented. It's not necessarily just because they exist,
absolutely,
or just because they play football, or just because they play football for a certain club, right? There is they sort of quote unquote earn that fanship or that fan love, right? But to me, it doesn't seem like, because for example, now you're talking about Thatcher, right? And this person obviously, at least from the clips that I saw, she seemed like a hella problematic human being, right?
Who are you to judge somebody being problematic or not being problematic?
To me, right? She might not be problematic to other people, that's fine and dandy, right? But to me, she was exhibiting quite a bit of problematic behaviors, right? So all of us all have problematic behaviors, right? And sometimes everybody deserves a little mercy. I get that, but there should be a threshold, right? So if you are saying that, like, okay, for example, Thatcher, I don't know, it's not like maybe she did one movie, or maybe she, I don't know, studied something.
Oh no,
or
she
read
has
something,
a business. She's okay. Is it
who
that?
Who knows the business?
People who know now. What do you mean? Who knows the business?
Who knew it before? I mean, you were talking about.
She was it.
Listen, the examples you made.
Wait. Okay, maybe I didn't say it. Maybe okay, cool. Wait, maybe I just said no. When I was trying to give examples about like Thatcher and whatever, and all of that, like there are some behaviors or whatever that she exhibits, like resilience, like calling things the way they are, standing for integrity, being somebody who's grounded and like she was a freaking entrepreneur before she started. Like people knew her, like they made screenshot videos of her going for the audition that trended. like literally before the show.
Okay.
So I mean, people who knew the business knew the business. The same thing for Sissy, like, she had this resilient spirit or whatever, but like obviously there are the bad angles. People like Ebuka too that I stand or whatever. Ebuka is successful. Ebuka is like, talk show, whatever, like he's done a lot of things. So those things, and these people I'm calling, they are brand ambassadors. They've been signed for this. People are doing so. But what you're trying to say is trying to say that we are just standing them just for, because you were about to say, oh, this Thatcher now, what has she done?
But you were not a Thatcher fan before Big Brother.
Yes, no, because Big Brother.
You did not know Thatcher.
Did you know Lewis Hamilton
before
he started driving car?
I mean, he started driving cars as a kid, so
Obviously, but you knew him because he started driving the car.
No, not necessarily. So it's like this, right? So I think let me give you an example. Hang on. Let me give you an example, right?
What are you saying?
So there's an artist, a musician, right? He drops his first album, or she drops her first album, drops her second album, she drops her third album. Then somebody say, oh, I became a fan of her when she dropped her third album. She has been in music in the first and second albums. Why were people not fans? Right? You earn the fanship, right? And from where I'm sitting, like I said, the original question, as a consumer, what am I getting? Why am I a fan of Thatcher? Why am I a fan of Sissy? Why am I a fan of any of these guys? Because I did not like this. We cannot say, okay, this is what they did or this is what they did not do before Big Brother Naija, right? So what you're explaining to me, like what all the accolades and achievements and ambassadorship and all those things came after. Maybe Thatcher was an entrepreneur, right? For example, Ronaldo was playing football in Portugal now. But nobody knew him. Nobody was not his fan. Nobody was fans of him. I'm saying that relatively. That obviously
people who knew him now. The people who were supposed to know him know him.
No, you cannot do that now.
Okay. All right.
Because so when
he left Portugal and started playing football well, people now knew him, right? Which is your point.
First. No, that's not my point. My point is that. My point is that.
Okay, go back to the Ronaldo point.
My point is, let's scrap Ronaldo. Let's even go back to music, right? There were people that knew Burna Boy in 2000 and whatever, 2012, 13, all these years, right? But will you say that he was successful? Would you say that like he was at the level that he is now? No. But a lot of people, the more fans he got, the more successful he became.
So what's the point you're making?
So exactly. My point is that the fact that these guys existed and some people knew them, because I think I need to stop saying nobody knew them. That some people knew them, like that is not the basis for this fan love where people are buying cars and like even though somebody acted stupid, you still defend them and whatever. How am I getting it wrong?
Because you've said now that like because it's like there's a cause and there's an effect, right? So people knew whoever it is that you just call Sirona, whatever, like, they didn't know them before, but when they got into that space, they end the fandom.
No, so it's not because they got into the space.
Hold on now.
No, you're confusing it. So
there's like BBN Niger, like these people got here and like they decide they end this fandom by virtue of being on the show, by virtue of being these people who are signed to whatever. So it's the same like that. So how does it differ? How is it different?
Bruh. People became Ronaldo fans because, like, we've established two things, right?
Number one,
the fact that you're doing something does not mean people will be fans of what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So just because you're doing music, it might be 10 years into it, whatever amount, 5 years, then people will get on board, right? And then you have what they call fans, right? If you have 100 people listening to your music per week or per month in today's world, would you say you have fans in that sense? Would you? Of course, some people know you, but you wouldn't say you've got to that level where you have fans and you can say, oh, my fans, right? Of course, like I'm using this like in a broad sense, right? So on one hand, just because you do something is not a reason for people to be fans of what you're doing. On the other hand, as I used with the Lewis Hamilton example, all the sporting examples, you can also go to sports. We can also go to business, movies, whatever. There's usually either talent or maybe some sort of achievement or success or something else of that is aspirational. that makes people move over to their side and then stand them and like be like their fans and all these things, like, right? All the musicians that you know, all the sports people you know, all the business people you know, people that are fans of Jeff Bezos today and read his books, like whatever. There were people that knew him in year one when he started Amazon, but you wouldn't say that like he had a following, right? But people knew him, but that didn't mean like he had a following. But now you can say he has a following. So back to my original question, right? Why are you fans? Why are you a BB Niger fan?
It's entertainment now. Why are you a
Why
football
did you not
fan?
allow me to explain all these things?
Why are
and
you
we
a
go
football
around
fan?
all these dancing, all these circles and things?
No. You were saying why are you a fan of a so person, and then we went on this tangent about the person and what they've achieved and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, why am I a fan of BBN? It's the same way you're a fan of football, whatever. You know,
I mean, fan is relative.
You know, fan is relative,
Well,
but
I'm
like,
not
why
really a
are
fan
you
of
into
football.
this thing? Because you find it entertaining in this way, shape, or form. Simple. You are not the consumer or target audience. You might not get it, and that's completely fine.
I'm not
People
making
who
a
are the
case
target
for
audience
me to
I
get
know,
it, Jemima.
I know.
I'm trying to understand.
I'm just exactly. So
what the
I'm
upside
responding
is.
to you, but I feel like you're coming from a place of, why are you a fan of this? Why does it matter? Why? Because there's no accomplishment.
I'm just asking
You've
a
gone on this
question.
tangent about, because this person will play football, this person had an achievement. But it's the same way these people, like, it's entertainment, number one, right? Number two, they are people, they are individuals, like people who live like just entertainment, and there are people, and there are these people who when you see that, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying, I'm making it. I wasn't talking about you. So, I lost my train of thoughts. Anyways, yeah. Back to the conversation. What's the conversation again? To BBN or not? Anyways, as I was saying earlier when we started, like, some people think I should go, some people think I should not go. If you're listening to this and you think I should go next year, let me know if I should go. Because it's like...
Paloma, you think... Okay,
it's like
this is what I'm saying. You think you have fans.
It's like it's a ladder to stardom, right?
You only have
I don't even need
acquaintances.
to win, Seth. I just need to get to top 5.
Is there your acquaintances that will vote for you?
Probably I'll just get disqualified. I should go, Sha. Let me know. And let me know.
Anyways,
let me know
the big
whatever.
takeaway from this BBN conversation is that Jemima obviously loves BBN. She can't tell us why. Outside of that is entertainment. So obviously, you guys listening, you have a friend in Jemima as far as Big Brother Nigeria is concerned.
I think that Akinari does not. Akinari thinks he's bigger than or better than everybody because he doesn't watch BBN.
No, I do
and
not.
he's like, oh yeah, what's the point of it? But it's freaking entertainment. The same way you watch a football match, right? Why can't you get it? Like, I like it because it's entertainment. I like it because there are people who I see myself in living in this house without, like, phones, internet, whatever.
Lord of
Like,
God.
people are just watching them and they're just like, yes. Some of them pretend,
problem.
some of them don't. Yeah, but like, you're making it sound like, you've said Jemima watches this show, but she cannot tell us why. Like, why do I need to tell you why when I've told you why multiple times? Entertainment, number one. Number
But I
two,
did
is
say she
stories,
cannot tell us-
experiences, people.
Okay. No vex, ma be no.
So why did you say I can't tell you why?
All right, okay,
I've said
sorry.
it. I've said it. Why?
All right.
Are you bigger than us because you don't watch BBN?
Listen, let me tell you something.
Are you bigger than us?
I am
It's a
not
question.
bigger than anybody.
Cool.
Okay. So it's fine if you like the show because it's entertaining. That's fine. We all have our preferences, sis. Like, it's not like I think maybe you feel attacked. Maybe you feel, I don't know. Maybe you feel some type of way about, like, maybe you're questioning something about this.
Everybody is
BBN
listening
judgment.
to this. If you think that I'm tripping or I'm not, if you think that
But I was just trying to
if you think I'm
understand.
tripping and like it's not coming from a place, whatever. Like, if you think I'm just tripping,
I
and I'm
was just trying to understand.
Please let me know so that I would know that I'm the one that is
where
tripping.
you are coming
because-
from as a BB Nigeria fan.
of course
right?
you were.
And
Anyways.
the funny thing is, like, you've not even asked me why I don't watch BB Nigeria.
I don't need to know why.
You see?
I don't need to know why.
You
I already have
see?
enough reasons why.
You
Like, from
see?
this conversation,
I
I
just
can already tell why. Meanwhile, I don't want to talk about experiences and stories and people. Like, it's contradictory, but okay, I don't want to know why.
Oh
It's
my
fine.
God.
But if you want to know why Akindare does not watch BBN,
You guys,
you can DM him. He will
this-
tell you why.
This covers.
We're not going to do that here.
Can you see
DM
what
him.
BBN brings out of
You
people?
tell him. He will tell
Nigerians?
you why. Okay.
Because I honestly
They
just
always
wanted
feel
to,
like they're bigger
Oh
than
my
us because
God.
they don't watch BBN. But yeah, it's cool. If I watch BBN every day
Oh
tomorrow,
God.
it does not reduce my IQ in any way, shape, or form. Okay?
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay, sis. Point made.
Anyways,
Points were made. You guys, please make all you BBN fans, please make sure you show Jemima some love.
Do you if you think BBN is a proven path to stardom or fame? Let me know. And if you have plug, please let me know. I'd like to go. Just try
please.
it out.
Talk
right?
to Jemima about
I'll be
all
so
the
great at
BBN
it. I've been
things.
watching it since the first season, the second season, whatever. Yeah.
I think they know the extent to which your fandom.
So
goes.
yes, guys, just let me know, or let us. No, actually, let me know because this one is saying it's talking in the rubbish. It's talking in the fucking rubbish.
All right. Okay. Cool. Cool. Reach out to Jemima.
This
for
is
all
how
your-
far I will go to protect my
God.
mental health and my sanity. I would see next episode. It's only me that will come and record this. It's only my
God.
voice. I'm going to kick him the fuck out.
Listen, you guys can obviously see what BB Niger does to people. Okay, Jemima is a very good example here. Okay, protect your kids. Protect your kids. Okay, thank you so much for listening.
you for listening,
This thing was not supposed to go this
guys.
long, but because this woman will not stop defending bloody Big Brother
Because
fucking Niger.
you are, I don't know, whatever the fuck you are. And I'm sure people are listening will tell you who you are. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Like, protect your mental health, your sanity. Like, I'm going to protect my sanity from Akidayo right now. Thank you guys for listening. This is the Shrine Podcast. Bye.
Deep breaths. Take your deep breaths first before you go off.
I've
Deep
muted
breaths.
my
Do
mic.
your hoosas, okay?
Bye, guys. Thank you for
Remember
listening.
to follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah,
on Twitter.
Instagram.
Hey, God.
Oh, sorry. I forgot that I'm gone. Sorry. I'm gone. Bye, guys.
Hey, where's the Big Brother Niger go cause for this podcast? I don't die. Follow us, I beg, on Twitter at The Shrine Pod, on IG at theshrine.pod. Send us an email at theshrinepodcast@gmail.com. Till next time,
Follow us on Clubhouse, The Shrine. Sorry. Okay. Bye, guys.
peace out.
Bye.
Oh, God.